I just want to mention my hands. I think they look pretty darn good. I did a really good job with my fake tan this time. So for all of you that always complain about my fake tan, here you go. It looks really good. Please admire my hands in this video. Channel. So today's video is going to be a drugstore prom makeup tutorial. I really wanted to do a drugstore version of a prom look because personally when I did my makeup for prom, I did it myself, and back then like I didn't have a lot of money to spend on makeup, so I was using drugstore makeups. So going to prom this year, or even if you're not, I feel like this look would be really great for a night out. I hope this video will be helpful. So if you want to know how I recreated this look, then keep watching. Okay, so first I'm going to use primer. Now I've realized in the past few months, I would say, that primer is very essential for me. When I don't put on a primer, my foundation just doesn't look as good. So this one is the Master Prime Blur and Smooth by Maybelline. They have a couple different ones, but this one is just going to smooth out the skin and prep it for foundations. Next, I'm going to use one of my now of course my wrists don't look as good, but my hands look really good. So anyways, the foundation I'm going to be using is the Maybelline Fit Me. This is I was going to say matte and dewy. No, this is the soft and dewy. They have a matte and poreless one if you have more oily skin, but I have normal skin now. I don't know. This is just still my favorite. I'm pretty tan right now, so I use the shade 230. It matches me really, really well. So first gonna apply this with a brush, and then I'm gonna go in with a sponge to make sure everything is blended really well. I should use a mirror. And then I'm just gonna take a sponge. I would use the one from L'Oreal because it is my favorite, but my cat stole it or something, so I can't find it anymore. So I'm just gonna use my beauty blender, but I'm just gonna make sure everything is really blended pretty well. And yeah, this is definitely my favorite foundation from the drugstore. I've purchased this one so many times. It's probably the first one I really started using when I started wearing foundation. I used to use this in the shade 115. But yeah, definitely my favorite foundation. It just makes your skin look really, really good. It's not like full coverage, but it's enough coverage. I would say like the finish of this is my favorite foundation right now, which I'm gonna do a full video on my like everyday soft glam look, but it's the Chanel Vita Lumiere. This foundation is quite expensive, but it's my favorite, and this one honestly kind of reminds me of it. So if you're, why am I out of breath? Whew. If you're on a budget, I really recommend this foundation. Next, I'm gonna do a bit of color correcting with the Infallible Total Cover palette from L'Oreal. So I'm just gonna take the first shade right here. It has a peachy undertone, and I really like that to apply right on my under eye circles. It's gonna conceal the purple a little bit. So I'm just first gonna apply it with a brush. And I'm gonna apply a little bit in my inner corner. Again, I'm gonna take my sponge and blend this out. And then I'm gonna conceal with the Infallible Total Cover Concealer Palette. I'm assuming they have multiple shades of these. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but I have the 220. So the first shade I'm gonna use is actually a mix of the first and second one. So I'm just gonna take that again on a brush, and I'm gonna apply that underneath my eyes in a triangle shape. And that's gonna highlight, and I'm gonna use these two shades again, and I'm gonna apply that in the center of my face to highlight. And you can even apply a little bit around your nose. If your nose tends to get red, you can even apply the green from the other palette to conceal the redness. But I'm just gonna highlight that area a little bit. With the same palette, I'm actually gonna take the darkest shade here, and I'm just gonna do a bit of cream contouring. I made sure to clean my brush first because I don't want to mix you know, the lighter colors. So I'm just gonna apply this right here. This is just gonna be the base for the actual like contour. Then I'm gonna apply a little bit on my forehead. I have a small forehead, so technically I should not be contouring it, but... And then a little bit on my jaw to make it look a little skinnier, you know? And then, this is up to you, but I always like to apply some right here to make your bottom lip look a little bigger. And then just a little bit on the sides of my nose. I should learn how to contour my nose, so for now this is just gonna be it. When you're blending, especially your contour, make sure to blend up, not down, because if not, it's just gonna defeat the purpose of contouring. So always try to, you know, blend up a little bit. I'm gonna take the NYX contouring palette, contouring and highlighting palette. I'm gonna take the yellow powder right here, and actually I'm just gonna mix a little bit with the lighter one here. And I'm just gonna set my under eye area and where I highlighted as well. That's just gonna set this area and make sure it looks brighter. Then for the rest of the face, I'm gonna use a Stay Matte powder from Rimmel, but this one is it's translucent. So it's 001, so it's not gonna add any coverage or color. It's just honestly to set the face. So I'm just gonna set the face lightly. As I said, I have dry skin, so I don't need to set too much. But I don't want my blush and bronzer to look patchy, so that's why I'm setting it. And also, if you're gonna be, you know, up all night, it's probably better to set your face. Now, again with the NYX palette, I'm gonna take this shade right here. I know this looks a little warmer, but I prefer a warmer color anyways. So I'm just gonna take a brush like this. You could use a smaller brush as well, but I don't know, it's not gonna be like too precise contouring. So I'm gonna apply it where I applied the cream contour earlier. For blush, which is one of my favorite parts, I'm gonna use the Master Blush palette by Maybelline. It has a bunch of beautiful blushes, but my favorite one is the peachy one. It's such a pretty color. It's very pretty. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of that on my brush. These are quite pigmented, so be careful. So I'm just gonna take the peachy color and apply it. Blush just makes your face look alive. I love blush. This one is a matte, like satin blush. There's no shimmer in it. And I'm also gonna be using the highlight in this palette. So it's a very beautiful highlight, but I don't want to use too much because my face is already kind of glowy from the foundation. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit here. And I like this highlight because it's kind of subtle. It's not too intense. It just makes you look really glowy, not so much highlighted, which is personally my favorite type of highlight. So I really don't mind that. Okay, now let's move on to the eyes. So I'm first gonna prime. If you watch my videos, I never prime, but I guess if I'm doing a prom tutorial, I should probably prime. So this is the Maybelline New York Master Prime. This is like a creamy primer, but it dries, and it's kind of a champagne colored primer. I've used it a couple times and I like it, so I'm just gonna use this on my eyelids. For the first step, I'm just gonna go back again in my NYX contouring palette. I'm gonna use the bronzer I used earlier. Just use, you know, the bronzer you use. And this is just gonna be the first color, just to create some definition. So I'm just gonna blend that in my crease. Now for the actual eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using is this one from CoverGirl. It's the True Naked Roses, and I love these type of colors for the eyes. It's not like a neutral, so it's not going to be a, you know, brown smoky eye, and I feel like these colors could go with pretty much any dress that you have, like any color that you have. Kind of suck at eyeshadows, so this look is going to be really simple. So the first color I'm going to use is this one right here, so the darkest shade of the palette, and I'm gonna take that with a, sorry, my phone. Whew, usually nobody texts me, now everybody is texting. So I'm just gonna take this with a flat shader brush and I'm gonna go with it. I'm kind of nervous because I did my face first, but let's do it. I'm actually gonna apply this color all over my lid. And I'm actually quite surprised there's no fallout so far. I'm just gonna take a blending brush like this. There's no shadow on it. I'm just gonna blend this to make sure it's soft and there's no harsh lines. Then I'm gonna take this color right here, which is the like purpley matte color from the palette. I'm gonna take just a little bit of that because I don't want this look to be too purple. I just want it to be purpley. And I'm gonna apply that in my crease. Okay, so this is just a little too purpley for me, so I'm gonna go back with this shade right here, and I'm actually gonna take just a smaller blending brush. I'm just gonna go in with this color in my crease because I feel like I didn't blend it properly, so I'm just gonna move this color up a little bit. I'm just gonna take that same color again, and I'm gonna apply it on my lower lash line, but only in the outer corner. I'm not gonna bring it in my inner corner. And then I'm gonna go in with this shade. So this is a beautiful like rose gold, and I'm gonna apply that right in the inner corner. Off camera, I just try to fix this eye a little bit. I just blended it for a little bit. So yeah, I mean, you're probably gonna do a better job than me for the eye makeup, but so I'm just gonna go back with the NYX palette, use this shade. It's matte, and I just want to clean up the eye look a little bit, so I'm gonna apply that right on my brow bone. Now for the eyeliner, I'm gonna use the Marcel Kohl liner. This is just in the shade Chocolate. I personally prefer brown eyeliner for my eyes, but you could also use black. It's definitely up to you. So I'm just gonna apply that on my top waterline and bottom. Okay, so I had to charge my camera, so I took this opportunity to apply my lashes. So I used the Kiss Lash Couture lashes in the style Boudoir, and I really love those. If you have smaller eyes, I recommend those because they give a lot of intensity and drama, but they're not too long, so you can still see the eyeshadow. If you have like hooded eyes, these would be really great lashes because they're dramatic but not too intense. Now for the eyebrows, I'm gonna use the CoverGirl. This is a brow and liner powder. So it looks like that, the packaging, and the shade is Rich Brunette. So it comes with a little applicator, which I'm not going to use this straight up because I feel like the powder might just fall. So I'm going to use my usual eyebrow brush. So it's actually my first time using this. Hopefully it works great. So I'm first going to brush my brows. Yeah, it works pretty well. Usually I use a pomade, but this works pretty well. Now for the lips, I wanted to do like a nudie lip because I feel like my eyes are quite dramatic, so I just want to do a nudie lip. So I'm going to use the NYX Lingerie Lace Detail. Looks like that. Now, I love this color. I don't like liquid lipsticks in general, so I don't know, I don't really like this formula. So I'm gonna apply lip balm first, and then this will be comfortable for me to wear. So I would use a drugstore lip balm, but I don't have one at the moment. So the one I'm gonna be using, since my lips are extremely dry today, is by Urban Decay. It's the Rehab Makeup Prep Lip Love. I recently started using this and it's really good. So it has shea butter and coconut oil. It's really moisturizing, and this lip balm is almost in a lip gloss form. You'll see when I apply it. So I love pairing these type of lip balms with a liquid lipstick because it almost looks like a creamy type of lipstick. This color is really beautiful, and paired with a really great lip balm, it's really comfortable to wear. Then lastly, we need to set the face. So I'm using the Makeup Fix by Maybelline. It's just a setting spray. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun doing it and I really like the way this makeup turned out. So if any of you want to do this for prom, definitely send me a picture on your prom day of what the makeup looks like. So I'll have all my social media listed down below. All of you watching this video that are going to prom this year, I hope you're gonna have an amazing night. And if you're not going to prom this year, it's totally fine. You can still wear this makeup for a night out, which is probably something I'm gonna do. By the way, if you want to know, I graduated, I think it's 6 years ago now, in 2011, which it's been a while. And I feel like prom is overrated. My prom wasn't that fun. It was actually not fun at all. It was boring. The food wasn't even that great. I don't know, like, I don't know. It was a very boring, expensive party, pretty much. So yeah, I don't know, but I really hope you're gonna have an amazing time at your prom. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely give a thumbs up if you did. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love if you would subscribe. I make makeup tutorials, fashion hauls, beauty hauls. I also have a girl chat series where I talk about dating, relationship, and all that. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure to subscribe before you go. You can also hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. So yeah, that is pretty much it. All my social media links are listed down below, and I will see you very soon in a new video. Bye!